We may still be in summer, but the holiday season will be here before you know it. While you might not start your holiday shopping yet, it's a smart move to begin planning your finances now. Local financial professional Ryan Wheelis from Allied Wealth joins us with 4 tips to get you started. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for having me on. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. So first question, how can our holiday spending affect our overall financial situation?
Well, it can be a big impact. I mean, if you think about it, Americans spent $886 billion during the holiday season in 2021. Now, to put that in perspective, a million seconds is equivalent to about 2 weeks in time. A billion seconds is equivalent to 32 years in time. So that kind of gives you a perspective on how much is actually spent. And many of us, unfortunately, are still recovering from the financial strains brought on by the pandemic. We don't have as much money saved for the holidays this year, and as we versus the past. And now it's a situation to where we got to figure out what to do.
So what tips do you have to start planning for Christmas?
Well, the biggest one I would tell you to do, folks, is we see it time and time again. People come in and they, right around this time of year, maybe even later in the year, around November, they get last year's debt paid off, right, from the holidays, and then they rack it up again. And they're in this vicious cycle over and over again of being in debt all year long to pay for gifts. And then you watch the gifts that you give the children and the other people. And a lot of times the gifts are broken, or, you know, there's parts scattered all over the floor and you step on them on the way to the coffee pot in the morning or whatever it is. So what an idea is to put pen to paper, figure out who you want to give to, and then budget for that accordingly and start that now. Don't wait until, you know, you're up against the holiday deadlines and trying to go run out the last minute and get gifts and that sort of thing.
And do you have any tips for retirees who are on a budget?
That's extremely important. When you go on to retirement and are on a fixed income, at that point in time, you know, grandma and grandpa need to have a conversation with the kids, the grandkids. Hey, we're retired now. Maybe we did things in the past. We'll do things differently in the future. And what we've done in my own family, actually, is we've embraced White Elephant, which has turned out to be a lot of fun. We put a cap on it. They were like $20, and that's all you can spend. And the White Elephant Christmas party is something we all look forward to in our family, and it costs you $20, right? So there's ways to still have a lot of fun, really enjoy the holidays, and if you're retired.
Any suggestions or ideas on a price cap that you know, how much you should spend on family members, friends, colleagues?
Well, it depends on how many people you want to buy for. Maybe if you've got 10 people you want to buy for and your budget's $500, put a price cap of $50 per gift. Maybe you can afford a little bit more than that. Maybe you can afford a little bit less, but put a price cap on that gift, folks. And let's remember what the holidays are all about. It's about getting together with family, reflecting on the year, and enjoying a good time. It's not so much about what you buy and what you give. You know, the biggest Christmas present anybody can give me is not having to go deal with the shopping malls, or not making me feel like I have to go deal with the shopping malls at the Christmas time, you know, to buy you a gift because you're buying me a gift, right? So just remember what the holidays are about, and that can really help out in a big way.
And always keep in mind, if you're going to use those credit cards, those interest rates are really going to get you once you try and pay down that debt, if you can't pay everything off at once.
For sure. And we know we're in an inflationary environment, and the Federal Reserve Bank is raising rates raising interest rates right now, which are going to directly impact the rates in your credit cards. And so it's a vicious cycle that I really would love the folks of Houston, if you're in this situation, to get off of. Remember, don't rack up a credit card in November, December to give gifts and then work all year to pay it off, and then you do it right again between November and December. Do something different. It takes a little bit of a mindset change. Embrace a white elephant. Do a lottery, right? So we're going to, you know, one person's going to buy for one person. We're not going to buy for everybody. There's certainly some things that you can do to help mitigate that stress.
Yeah, there's always tricks of the trade that you can use, right?
For sure. And we're glad to help out with folks creating a budget. We do that for our clients all the time at Allied Wealth. It's not fun, right? Nobody wants to live on a budget, but when you get to retirement, it's very important to do so.
Certainly is. Financial professional Ryan Wheelis from Allied Wealth. Appreciate your insight and perspective this morning. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for having me on. We'll see you guys soon.
Absolutely.